What's cracking, everybody? Today I'm gonna give you guys the keys to 360s. Beautiful day out here at the park today, so I figured it'd be a good time to get back to the keys series. I haven't done one of these videos in a while, but that's because they're kind of hard to film in the cold. If I'm standing around talking a lot and kind of getting in and out of skating, I end up freezing up if it's too cold outside. So hopefully now that the weather's getting nice, I can start to bring these videos back a little bit more frequently, maybe at least like once a month. That'd be the goal. But before we get into that, I want to thank all you guys who picked up anything off the website. The pants sold out in almost 2 hours. They were down to 8 pairs left in about 2 hours, and then the last 8 pairs ended up selling out before midnight that night. They sold out super quick. Still shocked every single time. I do have more pants on the way. Hopefully in about 3 weeks or so, I can get those back up on the website for you guys. But we still got shirts, beanies, hoodies, all that stuff still on the website, still available. If you want to go pick something up, we do truly appreciate it. But today I plan on going over frontside and backside 360s, basically just how I go about doing these tricks. I don't feel like I've been the best at 360s, but I get asked about them quite a bit. Like especially my back three is a little bit different than most other people's backside 360s. Some people do them similar to me, but most people kind of scoop them a lot more, and I kind of have like a pop and then spin on the way down sort of technique that we'll get into in a little bit. For both back and front threes, I've always been better off bumps or kind of bump over something. I could do them both on flat ground. Frontside 360 is pretty easy on flat, I'm pretty comfortable with that, but backside 360 is kind of difficult for me on flat. I can do it, just takes a little more energy. As far as downstairs, I think I've only ever backside 360 downstairs. I don't think I've ever frontside 360 downstairs. I don't know if I'm gonna try that or not today, but we'll see what I end up getting into. A few of my favorite 360s of all time, Jeremy Ray with the frontside 360s, and as for backside 360, I feel like Andrew Reynolds actually comes to mind. He has an amazing back three. I feel like it's a little bit more unique, and I don't know, I'm just going with some OGs on this one. Obviously, like Chris Jocelyn's back three nowadays, Trevor Colden's back three nowadays, DeCenzo's frontside 360s. Like there's so many people that are good at 360s, but I had to go with a couple OGs for my favorites. So let me know in the comments below who's got your favorite 360 of all time, whether that's backside or frontside. And I'm gonna go get some warm-ups in, and then we'll get into the keys to backside and frontside 360s. Get some 360s. So first up with frontside 360s is foot setup and just having the energy to do it. I feel like both front threes and back threes just take a lot of energy to do. You gotta jump high, you gotta whip like your whole body around. There's a lot that goes into it. Fresh board maybe too, or fresh shoes, something to have that extra grip going on, always makes a 360 a little bit easier. The way I like to go about it is I like to keep my front foot kind of low actually and fully across the board. Not too much toes hanging off, but probably something like this. For your back foot, I always put mine kind of a little more on the inside of the pocket, but not too far. Because if I go too far, I feel like as I whip the 360, my back foot tends to come off if it's too far in this corner. So more towards the center, but also towards your heel side, I guess it would be a little bit. And then it comes the wind up. You're gonna wind up with your shoulders kind of turned in, and then open, and as you open, you're gonna pop about here once you're fully open. And the way I like to go about it is I don't think about spinning like this way, like just spinning a 360 flat. I think about going up and then kind of spinning the 360 down. Almost, I don't know if this is the right word, but like inverted almost, where you ride up, you pop up, and then you push that front foot down and spin this way. And all of that leads from the wind up and your head. You gotta be looking over your shoulder, looking where you wanna go, and your body will follow. I feel like it works really good for me. I'm pretty decent at frontside 360s on flat or off a bump. I do find it even easier switch though, and I use the same technique switch, but for some reason my body just spins faster switch frontside than it does regular. I tend to under rotate a frontside 360 as to where switch front threes I could rotate pretty easily all the way around. And it's okay on flat to pivot this one a little bit, but the mistake people make about pivoting it is they think that you're gonna pivot it on your back truck, and you're kind of just going like one of these. That is incorrect, and it's not gonna help you get the 360 the right way. You almost wanna be landing more on your nose. Like that, where you're pushing your nose down and around. That is the correct form for a 360. So I'll kind of give you a few examples on flat of my frontside 360s. I'll try to get a couple different angles for you guys so you can see like my foot setup and how I kind of go up and push down into that 360 motion. Also pay attention to my upper body, where my shoulders are when I'm popping, and then also how high I pop up and when I start to spin down. But yeah, I'll get a few on flat for you guys. also really hard on flat, especially because you try and whip it around so fast that even if you almost get it full 360, you still kind of land with this carve out front side or a slight tic tac sometimes. It bothers me, but it's the way it goes on flat unless you really get a perfect one. All right, now we're talking back threes. Back threes are definitely more difficult for me to do, especially on flat ground. Take way more energy, in my opinion. A lot of different ways you can go about backside 360s. I know a lot of people like to scoop them around. I'll give a few different examples of how I can back three, at least on flat. But the main way that I go about it is, again, kind of like the frontside 360 where I pop up and then dip that nose down and kind of whip it on the way down. So I like to set my feet up kind of weird for this trick, kind of in the center of the board with my toes sort of in the center of the board as well. And then my back foot dead center of the tail. Because for this trick, I just want to get a good pop. I want to be able to pop super high so that when I go up, I can dip the nose down and whip the rest of the way using my upper body and following my head and where I'm looking. Another thing that helps me with my back threes is how I ride into the trick. I actually like to carve a little bit front side, almost like so you get more of an alley-oop aspect of it. And I know that might sound weird because then you have to rotate more, but it's not really alley-oop. I'm not carving in super heavy and overturning or anything like that. I just use that to stay super centered on my board, and that way I'm not carving towards the way I'm popping and getting like a sloppy pop off the side of my tail or something like that. Anyway, I'll give you a few examples and I'll let you know what I mean when I get over here. There's this that I like to do sometimes, which isn't really a back three, but it's fun. I don't know. It's fun to do, but it's not really a back three. Like I said, I don't have the best back three in the world. I don't think I have the best back three in the world. I know I do it a little bit weird. I definitely pivot this trick a lot more than I would want to on flat. But what I'm trying to show you guys is the technique that I use, the way that I back three, because it does work super well off bumps, works super well down stuff. I have done this trick down things before actually too. It's just when you have that little bit extra hang time in the air, this technique actually works super well. And I feel like using this technique just helps keep the board on both of my feet, where I feel like when I try to scoop a back three around, like I see some people do, for some reason it doesn't stick to my feet at all. It comes off my front foot almost immediately. It just doesn't work for me. So doing this, I know that once I get a good ollie, the board stays on my feet the whole time. I'm gonna try and 360 this hole here, this bump to bump, see how that goes. Off a bump also just makes it a lot easier because you don't have to spin it as fast. You just have more time. You can kind of slow everything down and be a little bit more controlled, I guess, with your 360 rather than like on flat, you really have to just whip it around so fast. It's a little uncomfortable on flat, to be honest. I think I want to front three the other way, actually. Yeah, going that way, front threeing towards the rail, like I don't think I'd ever actually hit the rail, but spinning towards it was just a little funky. All right, right here, second tee. Landscaper, man, is kicking a bunch of rocks into the skate park right now. That's not good. Still under rotated a little bit. I'm telling you, man, it's so hard. Like for anyone like the Senzo or anyone who does big ass front threes, I don't understand how they land so solid and just straight. Like so hard for me to stop rotating. I mean, maybe that wouldn't happen if I was taking more impact or something like that. It doesn't happen as much switch. Like I said, I'm better at switch fronts at 360s and I can spin a lot faster. Maybe that's why. But doing it regular is just really hard to stop the rotation. I like that one. I had to dodge the camera though. Almost smashed right into y'all. Also, another thing is bailing this trick. Like when you just want to test out a front three, you kind of want to keep it behind you. Keep it on like your toes so that your toes can kick it out behind you. As you rotate around, you kind of just throw it out that way. I think I'll leave a bail in or two that you probably saw me do it. You kind of rotate it about a little over 180 and then you kind of kick it out behind you. That's probably the best way to go about bailing this trick. And I'm gonna try back three. I feel like this might be kind of hard for me. It took me a little while to commit to one, but once I actually just tried it, it worked. I'm just not that comfortable at back threes. I have my technique that I use to be able to do this trick. It works for me, but like, I do want to get better at backside 360s, but I do feel like it's a helpful tip because I can't really back three any other way. So I feel like if you're kind of like stuck in a situation where you can't back three that well, it might help to try this way to do it because it works for me and I still need to like kind of get better at it and improve at it, but it's feeling pretty good. And I hope that maybe it can help you guys. All right, quick water break, and then I'm gonna test myself and see if I can frontside 360 down the stairs. I've never front three straight down a stair set before. I've done it a bunch of different ways. I've never done it down a stair set that I can recall. With how hard that trick is just to ride away on flat and not tic-tac or swerve or anything like that, I feel like it's only gonna be more difficult down something, like taking impact with that. And this stair set's not tall necessarily, so it's not like you're gonna have a ton of hang time in the air. This stair set's more long than it is tall, so we'll see how it goes. Hopefully I don't have to work too hard, but let's get it. Just gotta spin faster, dude. That was it. Just gotta trust that I'm gonna rotate all the way around. It's fucking hard. It's kind of an easy trick to bail. So like you get it to here, and it's if you don't feel comfortable, it's real easy just to not stick it. Come on. It's sticking to my feet super well. I'm just not trusting it. There's no how I land them on flat ground, and I don't want to land and get like pitched because I'm all twisted up. It's kind of scary. Come on, dude. I also don't want to get in the habit of bailing. I have to put one of these next ones down. Fuck. Fuck, dude. I needed to rotate a little bit more. Took out this camera over here too. It's a big step, the fact that I actually put one down. This trick carries pretty well though. Like I can actually go kind of slow because once I get it to a little over 180, like it kind of carries over the gap well, like with my body. So I can slow it down and get more consistent pops. Fuck. I need to rotate literally a hair more. It's crazy how much more control I feel like I have though going down something like with the time. Like in the air I can almost check if it feels right instead of like being in a rush like on flat. Dude, I think I clipped it, man. I'll do it again. Oh, I was talking about how I can go slower and it carries all nice, and then the one I make, I fucking clip. Right here. Fuck. Oh, I thought I had it. I went with the right speed too. I just got pitched, bro. Ow. Oh, just right away, man. Right away. Got it. Oh my God. Sheesh, making me work for it today, man. I feel like I stuck a million of them and just couldn't ride away, but that's kind of what happens even on flat ground. So like it wasn't surprising. It just sucked way worse down the gap because you do that on flat, it's one thing, but taking impact and stuff, you just get pitched. I feel like I got tossed multiple times, but I got it. Hey, shout out to Senzo and anyone who does big ass frontside 360s. That shit is hard, bro. I would like to get my back threes to that point. I had them that way a little bit. Like back in the black box days, I did do a few back threes down stairs and gaps, but I completely stopped doing them. So like, I don't think I'm there right now to do that. Maybe in another video, I'll try and test myself at the back three down the stairs and see how that goes. But as for 360s, it's a lot in the upper body and then also using your front foot to push down and wrap around that 360. Just make sure you get a good ollie and you have good energy to do it, because the lower your energy gets, the harder it is to do backside and frontside 360s. They take a lot of energy, at least for me. But yeah, hopefully this helps you improve your back threes and front threes, or maybe you learned a little technique you didn't know before. Let me know in the comments if you guys found this video helpful, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace, yo.